I can
And
put
we're live. Yeah. Hey guys, welcome to TriviaMania on TriviaMania. We're here with Brett Thiel and Ellen Marie Marsh, your host for this evening.
Hello.
So, them take it away.
How are we, everybody?
Hi.
We are super excited that you're all joining us today. As you're joining right now, it is 7 o'clock. So if you want to take a moment to applaud the emergency workers, people that are still out there on the front lines, making sure that people are safe and healthy, go ahead and do that, and we'll see you in a second. And then we'll get started with our first round of TriviaMania.
Hey everybody, and if you are playing with us and you are a registered team, I think there's about 20, I think we capped it at 25 this week. If you are a registered team, go ahead and throw the name of your team in the chat so that we can just know that you're here and kind of use it as a way to tally off the people that we have registered. Also, if you're not registered, you can definitely play from home. We're going to be rotating people in and out, so everyone will have a chance to actually play for some prizes and some bragging rights. But yeah, go ahead and throw that in the chat. And also, if you want to say hi to us, or if you want to shout out, or if it's your birthday or anything like that, we would love to say hi to you. And
we want to know what your turnip prices are on Animal Crossing. We want to know what books you're reading. How many times have you watched Tiger King?
What else are you binge? I need to watch Ozark. Brett, have you watched Ozark?
Oh, I haven't watched it at all yet, but I've heard it's really good.
Yeah, I heard that's I think that might be my next thing. I keep just actually watching old episodes of Sex and the City and calling it a day, or because there's no friends. But anyway, okay, we have a couple people. So make sure that when you're throwing your name in the chat, you are a registered team. We do have some solo players across the country, and we are actually coming from, I think we have some players from Canada, all across the country, right?
Yes.
We're getting those all in the chat. You all can tick Zoom. Great name.
Happy birthday, Ella.
Cutie.
Yeah.
Brett, why don't you tell the people who we are and what we do and why we're here?
Well, Ellen and I met about 6 years ago. We are both Broadway performers living in New York City. And we are both the co-founders of the Broadway Trivia League that we usually run on Tuesday nights in New York City at Treadwell Park on 42nd Street and 10th. We love doing trivia together, and we wanted a way for people who are in show business, who are on a show schedule, to be able to play a normal pub trivia night. It's one of our favorite things. So we decided to take the initiative to create the Broadway Trivia League, and now it's become one of the most popular nights in Broadway for the community. And we have it open to performers, stage directors, casting directors, fans alike, people off the street.
Yeah, just anyone.
Yeah.
People off the street.
Yeah.
UCB, and a moment for UCB. We used to have a couple teams there, and we're hoping that they come back. For anybody who doesn't know, Upright Citizens Brigade is a New York staple of comedy that the likes of Amy Poehler and Tina Fey came out of, and they sadly had to shut their doors. So a moment of silence for UCB.
Yeah.
They were there. I hope they get to come back stronger than ever.
Of course, if there's anything they know how to do, it's improv, right?
Oh, you.
You know what I mean?
All right. Thinking that we have, I think we have everybody in here. Has everyone checked in who needs to check in? We are going to get things going. We have 6 rounds of Broadway trivia. If you are a Broadway nerd like Brett and I, this should be easy for you. We have some gimmies and some ones that are definitely going to leave you scratching your head. For sure.
Yeah, truly. Tonight is the NFL draft, and we're happy that while your dad is hogging the TV, we'll be having our own Super Bowl of complete Broadway trivia.
Broadway nerds unite.
Let's do it.
All right. So you have round 1, Brett.
I do have round 1. Round 1 tonight is all about. I'm going to tell you.
He's going to tell you.
And you're going to love it.
And you're going to love it.
Round 1 tonight is all about lyricists. I'm going to name a Broadway show. You're going to tell me the lyricists of that show. Who wrote the words that set the music off? It's a straightforward round. Ellen, can you tell people how they are submitting answers, just in case somebody doesn't know?
Yes. Okay, great. So if you are playing with your team, you could be playing with your team. Your teammates could be all around the city or all around the country. So hopefully you have a way to communicate with them, either through a separate device of Facebook. Sorry, not Facebook. What is it called? FaceTime. FaceTime or House Party or Zoom. So hopefully you have that, and you have a scribe. Your scribe is going to write down all your answers. Each category is 10 questions and answers. Obviously, it goes without saying, guys, this is the honor system here. We're playing for fun. We're playing for bragging rights. Don't Google it. Don't Google it. Don't look it up. Don't text your neighbor. It should just be your team of 1 to 6 players, no more than 6 players. As a reminder, we're not trying to get your entire theater nerd fraternity involved in this. So once the category is finished, and if there are any questions, Brett does a really great job of making sure that anything that's not clear is cleared up. Once you have all 10 answers, you are going to email those answers. Email. In the subject should be your team name and the round. Team name and the round. So I know we have a team that plays with us Broadway Trivia called the Burner Defeaters. And so they'll write the Burner Defeaters round 1 in the subject. Then you're going to email to Joe. What's the email? Here it is. No. Where's the email? The email is...
There we go.
TriviaMania. No, what is it?
TMTriviaMania@gmail.com.
Don't do as I say, not as I do. Don't do as I don't know. Okay, so you're going to email it to that little scrolling beautiful thing you see at the end of each round. Yeah. And Joe will keep throwing that in the chat at the end just to make sure you have everything correct. So, team name, round, all your answers at the end, and may the best team win. Thank you guys for being here.
Or I break a leg, I guess I should say. And let's jump in to round number 1, which tonight is all about lyricists. So tell me the lyricist from the Broadway show, The Band's Visit. Number 1 is The Band's Visit. And if you're playing at home, write it down on a notepad and stick it on your refrigerator and go, I knew that one. And it'll feel really good.
You can definitely play Jeopardy style and play for bragging rights and hope that you get in next week.
100%. Play for whoever has to do the dishes tonight. It's all for pride at this point. Number 1, The Band's Visit. Number 2, who is the lyricist for the show? Dear Evan Hansen.
Yeah, and someone just made a very good point. Don't put answers in the chat either.
Correct.
So if you're texting with your friends, that's totally cool. Just don't put it in the chat. We've had that mistake a couple times at Broadway Trivia League. So it should just be your scribe and then the one person that emails it across.
Correct. I will move on to number 3. Number 1 was The Band's Visit. Number 2 was Dear Evan Hansen. Number 3, Kinky Boots. Ellen, you might know something about this.
I think I know who it is.
Yeah. I've been in Kinky Boots for 7 years?
6.
6 years.
Yeah.
That is long enough.
That was long enough. Most of my child's life, yes.
Yeah.
Most of my child's life was spent at the Hirschfeld Theater.
That's unbelievable.
I know.
That show is amazing, and such a crazy family full of people.
Crazy.
Number 3 was Kinky Boots. Number 4, the Scottsboro Boys. The Scottsboro Boys. Who wrote the lyrics for the Scottsboro Boys? You tell me. There's 176 of you guys playing, watching live right now. So it's good to see everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. And we hope you have as much fun as we do. Number 4 was the Scottsboro Boys. Number 5, the bubbly black girl sheds her chameleon skin. Who wrote the lyrics to this musical? Now we're starting to get a little more niche. The bubbly black girl sheds her chameleon skin.
Brett loves a little inside baseball.
You know what I mean?
Just a little bit.
Hey, just as a reminder, thanks, Karen Hart. Nobody put answers in the chat. It's cheating. I'm only referring to it as the chat from now on.
Chat. Hey, girl, you want to chat?
Hey, girl, chat. Number 6, La Cage aux Folles. La Cage. Who wrote the lyrics to La Cage? Based off of The Birdhouse, Nathan Lane, and Robin Williams. R.I.P.
Birdcage?
The Birdcage. Did I say The Birdhouse?
Yeah, The Birdhouse.
That's why it's Broadway trivia. The Birdcage.
The bird. I remember The Birdhouse.
The Birdhouse, my favorite.
Yeah. You've been indoors too long.
Truly. Number 7 is She Loves Me. Who wrote the lyrics for She Loves Me?
I wrote this. I mean, I added this one because this is like a favorite. This, oh my God.
Did you see the revival?
I didn't.
Missed it?
It's too high. When you're on a show schedule, you don't get to see a lot of shows. But I can sing it top to bottom right now if anyone wanted me to.
We'll save that for the bonus round at the end.
Okay, good.
Number 8, after She
Hi,
Loves Me.
Jordan.
Hi, Jordan. Number 8, How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying.
Which is the title of my memoir.
Truly. Just so anyone knows, if you need one repeated, wait until the end of the round and then throw it into the chat. So let me get through all 10 and then start throwing repeats into the chat if you need it. Number 9, Camelot. Camelot. Who wrote the lyrics for Camelot?
Meredith is telling us Birdcage is based on La Cage, not the other way around.
Then I goofed it. Thank you, Meredith.
You know what? We can always count on people because Brett and I
can't count on us.
We can't count on us.
We do our best.
Sing and dance for a living.
Public school in the South. Help. That's number 9, Camelot. And finally, number 10, Bells Are Ringing. Bells Are Ringing. Who wrote the lyrics? You tell me. And that is all 10 for round 1. You already did it. It's that easy. We made it through round 1. If you need one repeated, go ahead and throw it into the chat, and I will remind you.
We have a question. Are there prizes? Yes, we're going to have a prize for the night. We don't know what it is. It might be some swag. It might be something fun when we all get to leave our house.
Yeah.
It might be some TheaterMania stuff. It might be some fun niche theater related swag, which I think it's going to be, but it might be like when we're allowed to go out, you can come and pick it up type of thing. So also the top 3 teams each week, first, second, and third, get an automatic place in next week's competition if they want it. And if someone doesn't, we'll bump down to the 4th. So if you definitely want to fight for those top scores so that you are definitely guaranteed a place to play live with us next week.
And if you are playing at home and you didn't make it into the official cast list, we'll call it this week, we will automatically put you guys in the running for next week or the week following. So keep on signing in, keep on sending us messages, and we'll make sure that everybody gets a chance to play. Does anybody else need anything repeated from round number 1? I'm going to go ahead and take that as a no.
Yeah, I mean, they're so awesome. We play this, we were talking earlier, we play normally on Zoom. If anyone wants to join Broadway Trivia League, we play on Tuesdays. You can follow us on Instagram. But these nice little banners, woo, we are moving up in the world. They're helpful. Really, really helpful. Yeah. Again, send your answers to tmtriviamania@gmail.
We have a what number was She Loves Me? She Loves Me was number 7.
Yep. And you're going to, yes. So once you have all your answers, you're going to want to go ahead and email them. We have diligent scorekeepers on the other side who are going to be checking them. Be sure, again, you put your team name and the round number in the subject, please. And then just your answers.
Yes, please.
Oh, Tessa Grady.
Broadway's Tessa Grady.
Broadway's Tessa Grady is needy. She needs number 1, Brett. What was number 1?
Round number 1.
No, number 1
question
was...
number 1 was The Band's Visit.
The Band's Visit. Broadway's Tessa Grady, everyone.
Yeah.
She's so pretty, that one.
Love her.
Same.
Sometimes.
What did you say?
I said we kiss sometimes.
We kiss sometimes. Ooh, cutie. All right. So with that,
as Joe, as our team is tallying up the scores from round number 1, we can keep the night moving. We can go right in to round number 2. And round number 2 tonight is an audio round. Round number 2 tonight is an audio round, and it is about lesser known show tunes. So I'm going to play you a lesser.
Brett, are we going to do the answers?
Oh yeah, yeah. Once they're out, once we feel like they're all in, we'll go over the answers from round number. Great. Joe, how are we doing on submissions from round number 1?
As long as everyone's in, we can give the answers.
Yeah. You're right.
But we can go on to the next one. As we can go on to the next round and then go back to lyricists.
Yeah, just to keep things moving.
Cool.
Because there's a bunch of you guys getting answers in. So, we're good to go, says Joe.
Oh, okay, great.
Oh, great. All right, so let's read the answers from round number 1. Round number 1, question number 1. The lyricist for the band's Visit is David Yazbek. David Yazbek wrote the lyrics for the band's Visit. Number 2, Dear Evan Hansen. The lyrics there were written by Benj Pasek from Pasek and Paul. Number 3, we had Kinky Boots. And Ellen, do you want to tell us who wrote the lyrics for Kinky Boots?
Cyndi Lauper.
She's amazing.
I'll save all my Cyndi Lauper stories for another week.
Yeah, that's for the TriviaMania After Dark. Let's see, what number were we on? Number 4, the Scottsboro Boys. Of course, that was lyrics by Fred Ebb. Lyrics by Fred Ebb of Candor and Ebb. Then we had The Bubbly Black Girl Sheds Her Chameleon Skin. Those lyrics were written by Kirsten Childs. Lacage, the lyrics for Lacage were written by Jerry Herman. Jerry Herman wrote the lyrics. How you doing so far? How you guys doing? Yeah. I know. Yes, for sure.
I was told this was easy.
Oh, good.
I mean, no, that's what Joe told me. Joe's like, you gave him easy ones. So I was like, okay.
Well, I mean, just buckle in.
Buckle in. It's all downhill from here. This is to make you feel good and smart and confident.
Truly. Number 7, She Loves Me. The lyrics were written by Sheldon Harnick from Harnick and Bach.
So good.
Next up, we had How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. Those lyrics are by Frank Lesser. Then we had Camelot, and that's Lerner. Alan J. Lerner from Lerner and Lowe. And finally, Bells Are Ringing. That was made by the amazing songwriting pair of Betty Comden and Adolph Green. Comden and Green for the win on Bells Are Ringing. So we're going to tally up the scores.
And you did have to have both of those to get the single point.
Correct.
So they are a writing team, so be sure you had both of them.
Yeah.
They're both credited as being lyricists. Awesome. All right. How'd y'all do?
Sounds like people did pretty well. We're going to tally up y'all's scores, and then we're going to have a graphic that we can pull up in just a second to show you where everybody is sitting after round number 1. But while we do that, I think now we can start to move into round number 2, which, as I said earlier, is lesser known show tunes. I'm going to play you guys a show tune, and I want you to tell me the musical that it is from, not the name of the song, but the musical that it is from. So let me pull it up here. Audio round, question number 1. Name the musical that's getting a revival on Broadway this season from this tune. And I will pull it up. Sorry.
And to answer this question, you got it? It says,
I'm lonely, doesn't matter. I think there's worse than being lonely. There's people who freeze while they wait on their knees and they don't know
right, that's number one. We're already through number one. What musical is that song from? Don't worry, I can repeat some of them at the end if you need it again. But in the meantime, let's keep rolling along. Question number 2 in the audio round. This musical walked away with a big win on Tony Night, but can you name it based on this lesser-known ditty from the show?
It seems that all of London's shaken to the core. To lose one relative, one can certainly forgive. But how can you excuse losing 2 or 3 or 4 or 7? Why I pulled the dice, throw the dice, I've never seen such recklessness before.
That's number 2. And just as a reminder, I will repeat some later if you need it at the end of the round. Number 3 tonight. Number 3. Can you recognize this lesser-known autobiographical William Finn musical? And let me get this going. All righty, here we go. Right now.
I'm getting older.
I am not successful. I am not so damn successful.
Older.
I am not successful. I am not so damn
I'm
successful.
getting-
You're not successful.
I am not successful.
You're too old to be a failure.
Too old to be a failure.
Your future's looking cloudy.
Cloudy.
Your sister is a whore.
My sister's a receptionist.
I love that clip so much. You tell me the name of the musical. That was number 3. Here comes number 4. Lindsay Mendez absolutely crushed it in this emotional off-Broadway smash. You tell me the name of the musical from the clip. Here we go.
Full and strange on a one-way track, and it won't come back. Look how fast it runs away, singing follow close and reach for me. See that you've got so much more to be before it's over.
There you go. That's number 4. Just that easy. Name that musical.
Hey guys, stop putting answers in the chat. You're giving all of your brilliant answers away.
That's how to do
Put
it
answers in
wrong.
the chat. That's don't do it wrong.
We want you to do it correctly. As many times in a row as you can. Number 5 tonight. Produced by the abominable showman himself, David Merrick. This 1961 show starred Jerry Orbach.
See her face, see it everywhere. And when I close my eyes, it stays. And like a leaf whirls on a wind, around my mind it plays. If in my 2 hands I could hold her face, while my fingertips kiss her arm.
There you go. There you go. Name that Jerry Orbach song, musical, sung by Jerry Orbach right there. That's number 5. We're already halfway through round number 2. How you doing? How are your minds? Are they all completely melted? Let us know. And in the meantime, I'm moving on to number 6. Number 6, who can tell me the name of this off-Broadway musical based on a story from the National Enquirer? And it's going to be right here. Here we go. Okay.
Children, don't be scared. The moon is up and we're all prepared. Children, take a look around. We're on sacred ground. And hear that golden sound. What we thought was love.
All right. Who knew it? Let me know. Throw it in the chat, or don't throw it in the chat, but throw it down, and we will see in a bit.
Don't throw it in the chat.
Not throw it in the chat. Do the opposite of that. Number 7. Question number 7 in the audio round. Candor and Ebb are one of the most influential writing teams in musical theater history, with hits like Chicago, Cabaret, and this lesser-known musical. Do. Here we go. Okay.
I have to stop remembering when, and now must be now, and then must be then. I'm learning to quiet that butterfly riot inside. I'm learning to ride.
All right. Speaking of Candor and Ebb, speaking of Chicago and Cabaret, our next question, Cheetah Rivera, Liza Minnelli, enough said.
What?
Here we go.
From the tree.
Ring light.
Hey, are you two okay?
You're fabulous. Come on down.
I'll catch you ladies later.
Bet. Oh, yes.
Oh God, nothing better than Cheetah Rivera and Liza Minnelli just being sexy together.
Yes, yeah.
Number nine, Greg Edelman was nominated for a Tony Award for his performance in this 1990 winner for Best Musical. So you already have a full question in front of you without hearing anything. Greg Edelman was nominated for the Tony Award for this 1990 winner of Best Musical.
Who could top or make this comic opera more compelling? You could weave in some deceit to even up the score. You'd have us all on the floor. That would be roaringly funny. Saddle up my life's the joke that suffers in the telling.
That's number 9. And finally, number 10. This off-Broadway one-act featured just 3 performers, including Hunter Bell, Jeff Bowen, and Heidi Blickenstaff. And there it goes.
Suddenly connect with the thing that you forgot that you've been looking for, and there you are, right in the middle of what you love, with the craziest of company. You're having a kick-ass time and being who you wanted to be in this world. You're that little girl with her wings unfold, flying again.
She did the right thing. She put the vibrato in the perfect spot. That is all 10. Heidi Blickenstaff is amazing. Freaky Friday, check it out. She's like actually a dream. If anybody needs another question repeated, there we go. Sarah Gordon got the right idea. Number 2. Here comes number 2 one more time.
Oh, that's where we are. While we play, we have our scores. Joe was sharing that's where we all stand, everybody.
This is number 2.
Certainly forgive.
But how can you excuse
Still race.
3 or 4 or 7, why hold the dice, roll the dice.
That was number 2. What else do we got, Ellen?
Number 1.
Number 1. Here's number 1 again.
Maybe a short little, like a little snippet.
Yep. Here's number 1.
A TV and my own telephone. And I'll live in my house, and I'll live in my house by myself.
And
That's
let's try number 5.
Let's try number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here it is.
7.
All right.
Staring at me, measuring me. Everywhere I look, I can see her face.
And then let's do number 8 real quick.
Great. Here's number 7. This is the Candor and Ebb musical, lesser known Candor and Ebb musical.
I have to stop remembering when, and now must be now, and then must be then.
There you go.
I'm learning to quiet that.
That's number 7. Here comes number 8. This is Cheetah Rivera and Liza Minnelli being stars. And remember, we're looking for the musical.
I'm no lady.
Yeah, you got that right.
So the saying is true. Look at you, look at me. The apple doesn't fall very far.
That's number 8.
And number 9.
And number 9, one more
If you have
time.
them all done, you can go ahead and email your answers.
Yep. Here's number 9, one more time.
I'm accustomed to working on spec. I always pick up the check. I think it's funny. Hook a top or make this comic.
There you go. That's number 9. So that's the end. Oh.
Casey, the email is in the banner right now. Again, it's tmtriviamania@gmail.com. tmtriviamania@gmail.com.
And I see.
The ones who said that they didn't get logged scores, just double check those emails again. Make sure that you didn't get any incorrect letters, and we will do our best to verify those with our scorekeepers on the other side.
And this is number 3. It's the autobiographical William Finn musical.
Oh, I am not so damn successful. I am not successful. I am not so damn successful.
You're not successful. You're too old to be a failure.
There you go. That's number 3.
All right. Awesome. Okay, get those in, and we are going to, once they all are in, Brett is going to reveal all the answers.
We have a threat already. We're 2 rounds in. We've already been threatened.
Great. We usually get threats like week 2 or 3, but you guys are on it. So great.
No, week 1, round 2. If Shrek base, then we riot. Let me just say that I'm happy that we are quarantined in our apartments.
Yeah, we are. We will have some. This is more of a little general this first week, but we are going to have some niche categories. Don't you worry. If anyone wanted to know my love for the Mega Musical, you will soon find out how many lyrics of Miss Saigon I know.
Ellen's writing her doctorate on Mega Musicals.
And Brett was in Miss Saigon, and I bet I know more lyrics than you do, Brett.
I would be willing to put that to the test.
Seriously? Do you really?
I know it pretty well. I also did it in high school.
You did Miss Saigon in high school? That shows how young you are. I could do a drop the needle test with Miss Saigon, and I feel like I could, you could drop it in the middle of any song, and I would be there.
That's it. Next week, instead of TriviaMania, we're doing a head-to-head Miss Saigon exclusive. Name that tune.
Drop the needle. Boom. Just from a chord.
I'm into it. I'm into it. And just in case everyone else isn't, then let's move on to round number 3. Oh, and here we already have the results from round number 2, correct? This is going to be totals from the first 2 rounds for everybody that is officially playing with us tonight. If you're keeping score at home, then good for you. Let me go over the answers from round number 2, just so we're all on the same page. Number 1 was I Hate the Bus. It's from Caroline or Change. We were just looking for the musical. But yeah, I Hate the Bus is from Caroline or Change. Number 2, Why Are All the Dice Quits Dying is from A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. And
without really trying.
Without really trying, yeah. Number 3, Poor, Unsuccessful, and Fat is from the autobiographical musical A New Brain. It is one of the most beautiful scores I have ever heard. I love that show. If you don't know it, check it out. Number 4, the hint was Lindsay Mendez, and that's her singing Before It's Over from the musical Dogfight. And Lindsay Mendez is a rock star.
In After Hours, in TriviaMania After Hours, I'll tell you my story about Dogfight.
Oh,
Tune in. Such a good show.
Bring your cocktail. Bring your cocktail in your listening ears.
Let me tell you who replaced me in Dogfight. It just ends in tears. Every week we just end trivia in tears.
That's kind of our trademark. Number 5, Her Face, Jerry Orbach. That's from the musical Carnival, 1961 musical Carnival. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The song Children, Children is from the musical Bat Boy, based off of a National Enquirer article. Number 7 is the song Willing to Ride from the lesser-known Kander and Ebb musical Steel Pier. Some really great stuff in that if you don't know Steel Pier.
Andy Blankenbuehler was in it.
Andy Blankenbuehler was in it?
He was in it back when he was a dancer.
Dang.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Willing to Ride is also just a bop for any young girls that want to sing their hearts out.
I love that you call the song from Steel Pier a bop.
Yeah.
It's a bop.
Number 8 in that round, The Apple Doesn't Fall Far from the Tree, Cheetah Rivera, Liza Minnelli. It's The Rink. It's The Rink.
Around the rink, the rink. Yeah.
Number 9 was the song Funny from the musical City of Angels. It won Best Musical in 1990. Greg Edelman absolutely slayed it. Was nominated for a Tony, but did not win. And number 10, the song was A Way Back to Then, being sung beautifully by Heidi Blickenstaff from Title of Show. Where are my 90s kids at?
Would you call Title of Show a lesser-known musical?
I would say, listen, A Way Back to Then was in every single girl's book forever, to the point that they stopped singing A Way Back to Then.
Yeah.
I think, if you were to go bug your dad on the couch who's watching the NFL draft, I don't think he would ever have heard Title of Show.
That's fair. But I just feel like it's so niche. It's such a beloved show in like the community. I'll give that a pass. I'll give you a pass on that one, Brad.
Fair enough. The answer for number 5 was Her Face. The answer was Carnival. The musical was Carnival.
All right. If there are no more questions, let's go on to round 3, which is Shrek based. Woo!
Yay, Shrek based. Just kidding, we're liars. Get your pitchforks ready. Since you're Shrek fans anyway, you can chase us 2 ogres out of our swamps. Round 3 tonight, we talked about the audio round, but round 3 tonight is about the Tony Awards. It is Tony Awards hosts. We're going to ask you questions about people that have hosted the Tony Awards. You tell us who it is. Question number 1. Name the Tony-winning actress who has hosted the most Tony Award ceremonies. Name the Tony-winning actress who has hosted the most Tony Award ceremonies.
And it's not Audra.
It is not Audra.
That's my gift.
You get one. You get one gift. We're giving people. We're a gracious duo.
I am wearing pants.
Fantastic. I'm glad people wanted to know. Yeah, we put on our pants for TriviaMania. Question number 2. These 2 singers hosted the Tonys in 2018? What two pop singers hosted the Tony Awards in 2018?
They actually did a great job.
I thought they were fantastic. Do you know who they are? You tell me.
I do. I can't tell you.
Oh, okay, fine. Maybe write it in the chat.
I'll write in the chat.
Yeah. Question number 3. Question number 3. Kristen Chenoweth and Alan Cumming hosted the Tonys in 2015. However, in what 1999 TV musical did they play a kooky couple? Kristen Chenoweth and Alan Cumming hosted the Tonys in 2015, but in what 1999 TV musical did they play a kooky couple? Kooky! They were so kooky. That's question number 3. Question number 4. Just Jack was never nominated for a Tony, but this Emmy-winning Will and Grace star hosted the Tony Awards in 2010. Just Jack. It was never nominated for a Tony, but this Emmy-winning Will and Grace star hosted in 2010.
That's the easiest question ever written
You
in
better
the
not
history
do it wrong.
of trivia.
Y'all better not do it wrong. Question number 5. We're making up for the first round since that was tough. Question number 5. What 2 shows that start with the letter H won the Best Musical Tony Award when James Corden hosted? James Corden, he's now hosted twice, and both times that he hosted, a musical that started with the letter H won Best Musical. Tell me what those musicals are.
How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying.
You're doing great.
Thank you. The gift. I can't. What can I say?
That's number 5. Question number 6. This legendary tap dancer, who was both a Tony winner and a past host, was immortalized as a postage stamp in 2019. That's an honor. He was on your mail, tap dancing your letters to your family. Remember letters? This legendary tap dancer, who was both a Tony winner and past host, was immortalized as a postage stamp in 2019. That's number 6. Number 7. Number 7. Liza Minnelli hosted the Tonys in 1993. The first half of what 2-part epic drama won Best Play that year? So Liza Minnelli hosted the Tonys in 1993. That year, the first half of what 2-part epic drama won Best Play? That is number 7. We're flying right through this. Question number 8. Question number 8 in this round. Robert Preston, Hugh Jackman, and Neil Patrick Harris have all hosted the same number of Tony ceremonies. How many is that? Robert Preston, Hugh Jackman, Neil Patrick Harris, they've all hosted the Tony Awards the same amount of times. How many times have they all hosted it? I think we're due for another Hugh Jackman.
Sure.
I'm into a Hugh Jackman Tony Award.
I don't know if I'm in the minority, but I loved Greatest Showman. I mean, there was a phase where my daughter watched that like every other day.
No, and what's great about Greatest Showman is that it's an original musical.
Yeah, it was good. There were some good songs. I thought what's his name? What's Hottie McHot's name?
Hugh Jackman.
What's the little hottie?
Zac Efron?
He was so good.
Oh yeah. I mean, Zac Efron and Zendaya swinging from ropes, singing love songs to each other.
But they were genuinely so good. Like I just thought it was so good. I know we're not supposed to like P.T. Barnum, but
sure. But that dance number in the bar with Hugh Jackman and Zac Efron. I love the way that they shot it.
Come on, it's great.
Yes, so we are on question number 9. We went on a rant.
Sorry, we went on a Greatest Showman necessary tangent.
Question number 9. Radio City Music Hall first housed the Tony Awards in 1997. What won Best Musical that year? Radio City Music Hall first housed the Tony Awards in 1997. What won Best Musical that year? That was 1997. And that was question number 9. So finally, question number 10. Who hosted the very first Tony Awards ceremony? That one is niche. If you know that one, my hat off to you. That's a tough question. Who hosted the very first Tony Awards ceremony?
Okay, you ready, Brett?
I am ready.
While we wait for the questions to roll in?
Yes. What's the name of that song? I just called it On the Other Side of the Earth because we always would sit backstage and go, on the other side of the earth is the other side of the earth. What's the name of the song? You put me on the spot, and I know.
All right, we got a repeat question
Last
number 5.
Since you're on the spot, we also have scores.
Oh, fantastic!
Oh, great!
Saved by the scores.
Saved by the scores. So embarrassing. All right, where are we? These are total scores, Joe. Wow. Okay. All right.
It's a close race.
This is really close. Someone had an 11 with the 2 rounds.
Yeah, so that is our totals. That's our totals after 3 rounds, Joe, or 2?
2.
Awesome.
The streets of, I don't know what that means, but the streets of. All right.
Come on, streets.
Come on, streets.
Everyone was raised on this.
All right, so we need 2, 3, and 5 repeated, Brett.
2, 3, and 5 repeaters. Let me go into our doc here. Yes, 2, 3, and 5. Number 2, these 2 singers hosted the Tony Awards in 2018. Was it number 3? I'll go with number 3. Number 3, Kristen Chenoweth and Alan Cumming hosted the Tonys in 2015. In what 1999 TV musical did they play a kooky couple? I know number 5 was in there. Number 5, what 2 shows that start with the letter H won the Best Musical Tonys when James Corden hosted? And then did we need number 8? Just in case we did. Number 8, Robert Preston, Hugh Jackman, and Neil Patrick Harris have all hosted the same number of Tonys ceremonies. How many is that? There we go. That's after 2 rounds.
Oh, there we go. All right.
Yeah. There we go.
This is so awesome. Joe needs to come work for Broadway Trivia League. Seriously.
Absolutely. We have Lapone Pinball Wizard. Yes.
Okay, you guys, did anyone, I don't know his last name, but did anyone see the guy who made like a dub smash? I didn't send it to you, Brett. I said I would. They made like he made a dub smash of Patti LuPone giving the tour of his basement. Did anyone see that video? I don't know. I'll post it on my Instagram. You guys can find it. It is so funny. So Patti LuPone's pinball. That's hilarious.
Super tight race right now. So you guys are all killing it, and we're really happy to see it.
Okay, awesome. So let's do the answers. If everyone thinks they're in and we get the okay from Joe. Round of applause for Joe Guglielmo, who's running everything in TriviaMania behind the scenes for us. He's doing such a great job.
Murdering it.
Yeah, he is killing it. We need to deal him Broadway Trivia League for sure.
Let's go to the answers from round number 3, which was about Tony Awards hosts. So question number 1 was, name the Tony-winning actress who has hosted the most Tony Award ceremonies. Any guesses, Ellen?
The only one I could think of was Whoopi Goldberg.
Ooh, you're close. And by close, I mean way off. It's Angela Lansbury.
Whoopi Goldberg did win a Tony, though.
Yeah.
Her funny thing happened on the way to the forum? Am I losing my marbles?
You might be. I don't think, was Whoopi in that?
Yeah, she was pseudoless.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Next question. Someone will prove me wrong in the chat.
Yeah, that's what I love. I love an open forum of theater nerds shaming us to death.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's perfect. All right, go. I don't know the answers to this round.
Number 2 was these two singers hosted the Tony Awards in 2018. That's Sarah Bareilles and Josh Groban.
I did know that, and I remember poo-pooing that, them being like, that's going to be horrible. And they were actually really great. They were really, really great.
Next up, we had number 3, Kristen Chenoweth and Alan Cumming hosted the Tonys in 2015. In what 1999 TV musical did they play a kooky couple? They played Rooster and Lily St. Regis in Annie. They were a kooky couple in Annie. Number 4, Just Jack was never nominated for a Tony, but this Emmy-winning Will and Grace star hosted the Tony Awards in 2018, and his name is Sean Hayes. Sean Hayes. Number 5, what 2 shows that start with the letter H won the Best Musical Tonys when James Corden hosted? First time he hosted was a big year. It was the year that Hamilton won Best Musical. And of course, the next time was last year. It's when Hadestown won Best Musical.
He was great too.
Hamilton and Hadestown. He's so fantastic.
Didn't he like save everything last year because like we didn't have a host for a really long time, and he's like, fine, I'll do it again.
Kind of like did it in the last minute.
Yeah.
So hats off to James Corden. Number 6, I believe. This legendary tap dancer, who was both a Tony winner and a past host, was immortalized as a postage stamp in 2019. That's Gregory Hines, the legendary Gregory Hines. Number 7, Liza Minnelli hosted the Tony Awards in 1993. The first half of what 2-part epic drama won Best Play that year? That was 1993. The first part of Angels in America. Angels in America won the Tony Award for Best Play that year. Number 8, Robert Preston, Hugh Jackman, and Neil Patrick Harris have all hosted the Tony Awards 4 times each. 4 times each. Number 9, Radio City Music Hall first housed the Tonys in 1997. What musical won the Tony for Best Musical that year? It was Titanic. Titanic won Best Musical that year. And finally, number 10, the very first Tony Awards host was a person by the name of Brock Pemberton. Brock Pemberton. So shout out to Brock. I'm happy we all know that now.
Yeah. Hey guys, a couple people say, can we put questions on the screen? No, we cannot. This is very much like Jeopardy, like if we were playing live. So maybe just one person hears it and you text it to your friends, but we're not putting it on the screen this week for sure.
But I'm also happy to repeat anything that you need to hear.
Yeah, Brett repeats everything a lot of times. Awesome. All right. Amazing job, Brett. You also lost the drop the needle that I gave you on Miss Saigon, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
To round number 4.
Yeah.
Amazing job, everyone. We're whipping through.
Ellen, do you want to read round number 4? Should I continue?
I don't know how to access these. I can't find them. So I was hoping that where are you even finding them? Oh, here we go. Are you looking at them in the folder thing?
Yeah.
I'll do it later.
Okay. So that was round number 3. This is round number. No, that was round number
4.
That was round number 4.
No, we're on round number 4.
Yeah. So we just asked about Tony Award hosts, and we're really feeling our Tony Awards oats this week. So now we're going to ask you about Tony Award losers. I'm going to ask you some trivia about the Tony Awards and shows that have lost at the Tony Awards, couldn't bring home the prize on the big night. You tell me the musical that I'm asking about. So round number 3, question number 1, Tony Award losers. What beloved classic, now considered to be one of the best musicals ever written, lost the Best Musical Tony Award to The Music Man? What beloved classic, now considered to be one of the best musicals ever written, lost the Best Musical Tony to The Music Man?
If you say Legally Blonde, even though that's not the answer, you get a point.
Fair enough. Justice for Legally Blonde. Justice for Legally. It's a perfect musical.
It is. I hope you're not joking.
Anyone that disagrees.
Are you joking? Are you mocking me? I feel like, are you being serious?
No, I agree with you 100%. I've heard you say this before,
Okay.
and I agree 100%. It is a perfect.
Because did you see my fisticuffs ready to go?
No, I
love
could feel that. I could feel it through the screen. I like several times a year will YouTube the MTV Legally Blonde that they showed.
So good. So good. It's a perfect musical. That's next week. All the reasons why Legally Blonde is a perfect musical. Okay.
Right after the name that tune. We have a full broadcast set up. Question number two. Two shows tied to beat Gypsy for Best Musical. To my knowledge, it was definitely the first tie, and I think it's the only tie ever. But two shows tied to beat Gypsy for Best Musical. Name them both. Question number three. This Tony loser is being made into a film starring Meryl Streep. This Tony loser is being made currently into a film starring Meryl Streep. How up to date are you on your Meryl Streep news? Question number 4. This 1983 Tony-winning play was a 2019 Tony loser for Best Revival. This 1983 Tony-winning play was a 2019 Tony loser for Best Revival. These aren't all musicals. I should clear that up. These are musicals and plays that lost on Tony Award night. Tony Award night.
Broadway is plays too, not just musicals.
Yes, Broadway is plays and musical. We love them all. In 2004, a little musical with puppets beat out this gigantic musical, Green with Envy. In 2004, a little musical with puppets beat out this gigantic musical, Green with Envy. That was question number 5. Here is question number 6. Number 6, Two Gentlemen of Verona caused a huge upset in 1972 when it won the Best Musical Tony Award over this Hal Prince directed show. Two Gentlemen of Verona caused a huge upset in 1972 when it won the Best Musical Tony over this Hal Prince directed show. I did not know this until I read it earlier today, and I was shocked.
That's the fun part about hosting trivia. I always say I learned so much researching questions.
You really do. That's question number 6. Question number 7. Here's a fun one. Audra McDonald has been nominated for 8 Tonys, and she has won 6. What are the 2 shows that she did not win a Tony Award for? Audra McDonald, the GOAT of musical theater. She's been nominated for 8 Tonys and has won 6. What are the 2 shows she did not win for? That's number 7. Coming on with number 8. Number 8, 2 musicals have received 12 nominations apiece and lost all of them. What shows are they? Only 2 musicals ever have received 12 nominations and not won a single Tony Award. What shows are they?
They are the Biggest Losers.
They are the Biggest Losers. You are the weakest link. Number 9. Number 9. Bernadette Peters has been nominated 7 times and won twice. What are the 2 shows that she won for? Bernadette Peters has been nominated for 7 Tony Awards. She's only won 2. Not only won 2. She's won 2. What are the 2 shows that she won for? Got 2 more than me. And finally, number 10, the legendary Jane Greenwood. Jane Greenwood, at age 85, had been nominated for the best costume design of a play 20 times before actually winning on her 21st nomination. What is the show that she won for?
I don't know why you're about to say her 21st birthday. She won on her 21st birthday.
My super sweet 16. Jane Greenwood, she was nominated for the best costume design of a play 20 times before actually winning on her 21st nomination. What is the show that she finally won for? Jane Greenwood was the Leo DiCaprio of the Tony Awards.
Has he never won?
He finally won for The Revenant.
Oh, Revenant. Yeah. Okay. You know everything. You know a lot of things.
Read a book.
Except you didn't know a song of a show that
I
you were in.
didn't know the name of the song from a show that I've been in twice. So I'm killing it. Let us know if you need one repeated from that round. That's all 10. And if not, go ahead and email TM Trivia. Your girl there, totally accurate.
Brett.
Repeat number 3 and 4. Thanks for keeping the tunes coming, Ellen. Number 3 and 4. This Tony loser is being made into a film starring Meryl Streep. This is a show that is being turned into a film starring Meryl Streep. And number 4, this 1983 Tony-winning play was a 2019 Tony loser for Best Revival.
And 6 and... Oh, sorry.
Yep, 6.
6 and 10, Brett.
Great. Number 6. Two Gentlemen of Verona caused a huge upset in 1972 when it won the Best Musical Tony over this Hal Prince directed show. And number 10, Jane Greenwood was nominated for the Best Costume Design of a Play 20 times before actually winning on her 21st nomination. What is the name of the show that she finally won for?
And 8, please, Brett.
Number 8, 2 musicals have received 12 nominations apiece and lost all of them. What shows are they? Only 2 musicals ever.
12 nominations, didn't win any. And number 3.
Number 3, this is number 3. This Tony loser is being made into a film starring Meryl Streep. That's a tough one. If you're not up on your...
And I think we already read number 2 again. Did you read number 2, Brett?
Yeah, number 2 is the 2 shows that tied to beat Gypsy for Best Musical.
2 shows that tied to beat Gypsy.
Yes, for its original run.
And number 5?
Number 5, in 2004, a little musical with puppets beat out this gigantic musical, Green with Envy.
And then 8 and 9, and then we're going to have everyone turn in because we're getting a lot of repeats. 8
Great.
and 9.
8 and 9. 2 musicals have received 12 nominations apiece and lost all of them. And number 9, Bernadette Peters has been nominated 7 times and won twice. What are the 2 shows she won for? There we go.
Okay, and we have some scores up.
Those are some scores through the past 3 rounds. So let's see. We look like, oh gosh, it's so close. We have a couple of 28s. Lapone Pinball Wizard still doing good. Polly Musical. You're killing it. Yeah, Robert, go ahead and don't post answers in the chat. I can maybe... Right. I can't put you in comments. Oh, God, no. All right, so everybody should be turned in at this point.
So yeah, that was scores. Those were from the first 3 rounds. And Joe tells us that quite a few people got that last question right.
Oh, well, good job, everybody.
So
good on you. We're dealing with pros here. It's good to hear it.
Let's see. I still can't get into the Google Drive. So
okay. Well, I'll read the answers from round number 4, and then we'll move on. So question number 1 in the Tony Award losers round. What beloved classic, now considered to be one of the best musicals ever written, lost the best musical Tony to The Music Man? That is West Side Story. West Side? West Side Story.
West Side Story.
It's all about people that have bumps on their eyes. West Side Story.
Guys, Brett's supposed to be in Italy right now doing West Side Story. Italy, of all places.
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia.
Number 2, 2 shows tied to beat Gypsy for Best Musical. Name them both. The first tie ever in Tony Awards history. The shows were Fiorello and The Sound of Music. They combined to tie and upset Gypsy for Best Musical during the Golden Age. Number 3. This Tony loser is being made into a film starring Meryl Streep. It's from this past Tony Award season. It's The Prom. It's The Prom. Didn't win a Tony, but it is turning into a movie starring Meryl Streep, so maybe it'll get an Oscar. Number 4. This 1983 Tony-winning play was a 2019 Tony loser for Best Revival. Couldn't repeat the magic, but that is a play called Torch Song. Torch Song. In 2004, a little musical with puppets. That's a hint. Beat out this gigantic musical, Green with Envy. Another hint. The musical that won was, of course, Avenue Q, and it was a big upset because everyone thought that Wicked was going to win that year.
What was the name of that documentary? Who knows the name of that documentary that they had? Did you see that? It was all 4. It was Caroline or Change, Avenue Q, Wicked, and it followed all the shows that year.
Yeah, it followed the reviewers and things like that.
Does anyone remember? It was so good. I randomly saw it.
I can't remember the name of it. If you remember the name of it, throw it in the chat, and everyone should watch it.
Someone will tell us.
The next question we had, 2 Gentlemen of Verona caused a huge upset in 1972 when it won Best Musical over which Hal Prince directed show. The show was Follies. The show was Follies. It was upset by 2 Gentlemen of Verona. Everyone remembers 2 Gentlemen of Verona, the musical, right? Number 7, Audra McDonald has been nominated for 8 Tonys. She's won 6. What are the 2 shows that she did not win for? Those shows are 110 in the Shade and Mary Christine. Number 8, 2 musicals have received 12 nominations apiece and lost all of them. Which shows were they?
I know this one.
Go ahead and say it.
Scottsboro Boys and Mean Girls.
Scottsboro Boys and Mean Girls. The Scottsboro Boys.
I know that one. That's like 12 nominations. I mean, that's a lot.
I mean, the Scottsboro Boys was robbed. I mean, both of them should have gotten 1, but the Scottsboro Boys was an unbelievable show that got shut down way before it should have.
Yeah, absolutely. Round 4. 5. Oh God, round 5. Oh, I thought we were done.
The last 2. Number 9, Bernadette Peters has been nominated 7 times and won twice. She won for Song and Dance and Annie Get Your Gun. Tell Me on a Sunday, remember? And Jane Greenwood won her first Tony Award after being nominated 20 times. On her 21st nomination, she won for The Little Foxes. There are 6 rounds total. That was round number 4. We've got 2 more to get through. You guys are killing it. So stick with us. We got 2 more to get through. Our next one is really fun. Our next round is a round that we're calling Visual Mania. It's going to be our visual round for the night. This is how it's going to work. I'm going to show you guys a video. That video is going to have 10 separate clips from TheaterMania's B-roll vault. It's B-roll from shows that have happened in New York City, whether they be on Broadway, off Broadway, at Lincoln Center. And each one is going to be paired with a question. You should be able to see the question underneath. So answer the question that comes up on the video, and we'll give you a bonus if you can name the musical that's being shown in the clip. So one more time, you're going to answer the question that's on the clip, and then you're also going to be given a bonus if you can name the musical that's being shown on the clip. So let me go into brand, and we will get underway. Here we go. Good luck.
Glories and the disgrace.
Don't need success to survive. And us, old friends, wants to discuss old friends. Bring on the monsters, bring on the monsters, bring on the real world. Bring on the monsters, bring on the real world. Everybody doesn't know that song. Living out and living the whole day long. Oh, the live long.
That I once was here, while all my faculties still are clear, and break out of my shell, living swell.
If he's in heaven, I'll go to hell. I walked behind him like a meek little lamb, and had my fill of his not giving a damn. I'll go to Sydney or Ceylon or Siam, wherever he is.
All right. That's all 10. It's hard to do repeats with that round. Hopefully that wasn't too fast. Go ahead and remember that you are writing down the answer to the question that was on the video, and you will get a bonus point if you can name the musical that was being shown while the clip was playing.
That was a good round.
Amanda Mingus, thank you. I had a lot of fun making that round, especially number 10. I had no idea that that was a real thing, and it really made my heart happy.
Amanda, how many rounds are we playing? We're actually playing till the sun comes up. So whichever comes first.
For the answer to this question right here, sorry to cut you off, Ellen. We are asking for the style. We're asking for the Japanese style of graphic novel that inspired this show.
And then the show, obviously.
I'll repeat the question for number 6 because I have it written down. The question for number 6 was, who wrote that opening song? who wrote the opening song for that musical? Karen Davis. My mom is yelling.
Your mom's sorry that your mom's yelling, Karen.
Karen, why is your mom yelling? I missed what you said.
Sorry. Okay, great. Those answers in, shoot an email, and we will give the answers for that round.
She wants it repeated. What do you think? Can we throw the video up one more time? Do we have time?
I don't think so.
All right. Sorry, Karen. I can repeat any questions that you might have.
Yeah. We have to make it somewhat challenging.
This is true.
But we don't want your mom to yell at you.
Yeah, I'll go over the questions if you remember the video. The questions were: name this music. Name this musical that is part of the 2020 Broadway season. Number 2 was name the band that originally performed the song that you saw. Number 3 was what former Disney star did you see in that clip? Number 4, what Seinfeld Alar played Joe in the original Broadway company of that musical? Number 5, name the author of the books that musical is based on. Number 6, who wrote that opening song from what appears to be Breath Control, the musical. Number 7, what Broadway legend directed and choreographed the original run of that show? Number 8, who originated the role that you saw being performed on Broadway? Number 9, name the classical piece being performed in that clip, the name of the song, not who wrote it. And number 10, this genre of Japanese graphic novel represented here is known by what term?
All right. Get those answers in. Okay, Brett, are you going to give the answers or just for that, just the answers to both?
Yeah, I'll give the answers for it. Number 5. Number 5 was, number 5 was a bunch of kids singing about the real world, a boy holding up a sword, and I asked you to name the author of the books that this musical is based on. Number 6 was a group of people singing a song that appeared to be All the Livelong Day. I asked you who wrote the opening song for that musical. Number 7 was Maury Yeston singing. And I asked what Broadway legend directed and choreographed the original run of that show. Number 8 was a woman singing in a fur throw. She was singing Anywhere He Ain't. And I asked who originated the role on Broadway, Wherever He Ain't.
Looking at the scores sideways.
And number 9 is the classical piece that was being performed. And number 10 was tell me the genre of Japanese graphic novel that was the inspiration or the inspiration for that show.
Okay, get your answers in.
Number 2, what band originally performed the song being sung there? They were singing about nothing but a good time. Number 3 was a man dancing in what appeared to be Victorian garb. I asked what former Disney star was seen there.
Okay, you're repeating repeats, Brett. So let's get answers in. Brett has actually officially repeated every question. So Let's get those answers in, and we'll go answers.
Yeah.
When Joe gives us the okay, you repeated your repeats.
The Department of Redundancy Department.
Okay, so get all your answers in, and
we're looking for a thumbs up from Joe.
When Joe gives us the thumbs up that everyone he sees in, we can do answers.
All right. We got the thumbs up, so let's go over the answers. Number one was the musical. It was name this musical that is part of the 2020 Broadway season. You only get 1 point for this one, but it's the musical 6. It was 6 women. It's from the musical 6. Number 2, what band originally performed the song Nothing But a Good Time? The band is Poison, and the musical is Rock of Ages, that has been recently revived off-Broadway.
It was off-Broadway, then it was on Broadway, then it was off-Broadway again.
You know, life is a circle.
Yes, it is.
Number three, I asked you to identify the Disney star that was dancing in the clip. That was Corbin Bleu performing his solo dance from Kiss Me, Kate. That was Corbin Bleu. Remember High School Musical? Number 4, what Seinfeld alum played Joe in the original Broadway company of this musical? They were singing a song from Merrily We Roll Along, and Joe was originally played by Jason Alexander. It was his Broadway debut. Number 5, the author of the books that you saw in that clip, the clip was from Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. The author's name is Rick Riordan. Number 6, who wrote this opening song? The song was from Workin', and the opening song, All the Livelong Day, is by Stephen Schwartz. Stephen Schwartz of Wicked fame.
Heard of him.
Heard of him. And Pippin, and many other things. What Broadway legend, number 7, what Broadway legend directed and choreographed the original run of the show that was being shown? It was Maury Yeston singing from Grand Hotel, and the original Broadway production was choreographed and directed by Tommy Tune. And I believe he won a Tony Award for it. Number 8, who originated the role that you saw in that clip? That was from the show Mac and Mabel, and the OG was one Bernadette Peters. One of the shows she didn't win a Tony for. Number 9, name the classical piece being performed there. That was from the controversial Broadway show Rocktopia, and they were playing the Blue Danube Waltz by Strauss. And number 10, the genre of Japanese graphic novel being represented by Sailor Moon in that clip is called manga. Manga. Yeah.
All right, we are going to tally the scores. They are working diligently behind the scenes to get all of those, especially since that was a 2-pointer. That will take a minute for Joe. And I will do the last category.
Yay!
This is really fun. Let's do this one together, Brett.
Yeah, I love it.
So this is a round called Kickball Change. This is a round that we love to play at Broadway Trivia League. And it's really kind of like before and after. So Brett, do you want to give the example, that great example that you have?
Right, Claudia. See, I love being called out by everybody. Thank you, Claudia. That was Brandon Uranowitz.
Wait, did you say that was Maury Yeston?
I
will not tell Brandon you said that. What if I just texted him? I'm going to literally text him that screen cap. Oh, God, I hope he's watching.
I mentioned public school in the South, no?
Yeah.
Number 6, kickball change.
Kickball change. So this is like before and after on Jeopardy. So it's going to be a combination of 2 answers that kind of makes sense. So Brett, you gave a good example today. You want to give that?
The example for this round is if I was to ask you, if I was to give you the question of Harold Hill befriends Sancho and starts attacking windmills, the answer that we would be looking for is the Music Man of La Mancha. So one like nicely rolls into the next.
And they go in order of the question.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So this is a fun one. So let's do this one together, Brett. So question 1 of the kickball change round is putting it together with a Yankee Doodle Dandy. Putting it together with a Yankee Doodle Dandy. That is
Colton Bell, you can get up to 2 points for that last round. and Jamie Wilson. We will throw an email address that you can sign up at for next week.
Yeah, and also the top 3 winners, the first, second, and third place winners today will guarantee themselves a slot for next week. If they forego for some reason, then we'll drop down to 4th and 5th and all that fun stuff. And obviously, if you've had a good time, we hope to see you back next week. Follow TriviaMania, follow us at Broadway Trivia League, and we'll put up our personal handles too. And you can ask us questions, and you can put in suggestions, and the topics will become nicher and trickier. This first week was just like a nicher. Is that a word? Okay.
As long as
Number
it's
2.
our live feed.
Number 2 in the kickball change round. Irving Berlin meets Jason Robert Brown. Irving Berlin meets Jason Robert Brown. Brett, you want to take the next one?
Yeah. So we've gone through the first 2. Number 3, a Louisa May Alcott musical starring Patti LuPone and Laura Benanti. A Louisa May Alcott musical starring Patti LuPone and Laura Benanti.
Okay. Number 4 of our kickball change round. Quasimodo on a battleship. I love this one.
That sounds like an Urban Dictionary entry.
I know, so true.
It was a real Quasimodo on a battleship.
How was Quasimodo on a battleship, and that is number 4. Quasimodo on a battleship. Brett, you want to take number 5?
Yeah, number 5. Number 5 reads, "They will never leave you on the Mississippi." They will never leave you on the Mississippi.
That was number 5. Number 6, Rudyard Kipling meets the creators of South Park. Rudyard Kipling meets the creators of South Park. That is question number 6. These are so funny.
I like these.
These are some of our. We do this with Broadway Trivia League, but we do it with all kinds of stuff, not specifically Broadway. And they pretty much just make Brett and I laugh. So
sometimes you got to do something for you. Number 7, a hit for Candor and Ebb, but a flop for Andrew Lloyd Webber. A hit for Candor and Ebb, but a flop for Andrew Lloyd Webber.
That was number 7. A hit for Candor and Ebb, but a flop for Andrew Lloyd Webber, which then leads us to question 8.
Number 8. Go ahead.
I don't even know this one. Bob Dylan does the Lambeth Walk. Bob Dylan does the Lambeth Walk. Question 8. Bob Dylan does the Lambeth Walk. This one is so hard.
I like that one.
It is actually really good.
It's one of the most fun to say.
Yeah. The answers are more fun.
Number 9, a Pulitzer-winning musical about Irish high schoolers. A Pulitzer-winning musical about Irish high schoolers.
Good one.
Yes.
Number 10, A Toe Tapper by Langston Hughes. Number 10 is A Toe Tapper by Langston Hughes. Number 10, that was number 10. And number 10 of our final round. So throw your questions in the chat. We're probably going to get some new scores up here. I'm sure there'll be some repeats. And we are going to crown a winner tonight of very first Theater Mania, Broadway Trivia Mania.
Broadway Trivia Mania.
Thursday's Trivia Thursday Mania of Theater
Forever and always theater trivia mania. we're printing T-shirts next week.
Yeah. That's what the winners are. The winners are going to get our T-shirts.
Yeah. Repeat number 4. I got you, Gabe. I got you. This one's for Gabe. Number 4. Quasimodo on a battleship. Quasimodo on a battleship.
And if you got those answers in, I will get you 1 and 2. 1 and 2 is putting it together with a Yankee Doodle Dandy. Number 1 is putting it together with a Yankee Doodle Dandy. And number 2 is Irving Berlin meets Jason Robert Brown. Irving, Hannah, you're asking for 1, 2, 7, 9, 10. Did you listen to any of them, Hannah? Hannah! Someone check on Hannah.
Someone help Hannah.
Someone help Hannah. She needs all the questions repeated. 7, 9, and 10. A hit for Candor and Ebb, but a flop for Andrew Lloyd Webber is number 7. A hit for Candor and Ebb, but a flop for Andrew Lloyd Webber. That was number 7. Number 10 is a toe tapper by Langston Hughes. A toe tapper by Langston Hughes.
Number 5. We had a number 5 earlier. They Will Never Leave You on the Mississippi.
Okay.
And then number 8 was Bob Dylan Does the Lambeth Walk. And number 9 is a Pulitzer-winning musical about Irish high schoolers.
Okay, I think we got all the repeats. All right, get those in. The scorekeepers, let me tell you, are working very, very hard and doing a great job to get these out to you.
Did you repeat number 2?
I did.
Oh, great.
Irving Berlin meets Jason Robert Brown. I did. I repeated it many, many times. That's an easy one.
Oh, don't be sorry.
It's okay, Hannah. We just want to make sure you're okay, girl. That's all. If you had to go get a drink, if you had to take your dog out, we understand. We're here for you.
No worries. Gabe needs number 3. Gabe, number 3 was a Louisa May Alcott musical starring Patti LuPone and Laura Benanti, or Laura Benanti, depending on which part of New Jersey you're from.
All right, get those in. We will give you the questions for our kickball change round, which is one of our favorites. This will probably creep its head up every once in a while as a fun little.
We love a before and after.
Love a before and after.
I love before. I love after. Putting them together. What's better?
Okay,
we let you down with Shrek, but keep tuning in. I promise you we'll have some Shrek here.
Oh God!
I can guarantee
up, Joe, that all of our emails are in. Uh-oh.
So these are the final scores for the night.
Is this for the? No, this isn't for the night. This is for. This has to be for the first 5 rounds.
Okay, yeah, this is for the first 5 rounds.
LuPone's pinball. I mean, this is really close, guys.
It's 1 point.
Yeah, 56 and 55 separate the 2 top teams. And then we have a tie for 3rd with 51. And then we have eking up on the 4th place, Bernadette Feeders with the 50.
Hey, Bernadette Feeders.
47s in there. Amazing. You guys, thank you for playing. This has been so fun. We were really, really looking forward to, just kind of bringing some joy and light in this crazy time we're all going through together. The Broadway community has really band together, and everyone's throwing out content to make you smile, whether it be parodies or Zoom reunions and everything. And I just think it's a testament to how heartfelt and how big the hearts are of people in the Broadway community. If you have the means to donate to the Actors Fund, listen, everyone on our end, you guys, if you're a fan and you want Broadway to come back, we want it to come back as much as you do, but it is definitely hitting entertainment industry in a very special way. And we understand that it will take some time. So thank you guys all for being here, for supporting. Go
listen to Nick Cordero's music.
Yeah. for sure, if you have the means. And just being here is just great. And even though we can't see you and we're not all connected, we are. So it's just wonderful. And TriviaMania has done such a good job of bringing you content and bringing you interviews and bringing you things like this to keep you smiling and keep your energy up. So I hope you're loving it, and I hope you're spreading that joy throughout your social media channels and with your family or whoever you're quarantined with right now. And with that, we will do the answers to the kickball change round.
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Number one, putting it together with a Yankee Doodle dandy, of course, is Sunday in the Park with George M. Sunday in the Park with George M. Did you get that? I love this round.
You guys are into it. Number two was Irving Berlin meets Jason Robert Brown. This is a super short one. Easter Parade.
Easter Parade.
And it's Parade.
Louisa May Alcott musical starring Patti LuPone and Laura Benanti. I love this one. Little Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown. Little Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown.
Do you see what we did? Because
you see what we did there?
We put it together before and after.
Okay. Number
four, Quasimodo on a battleship. You have to finagle this one a little bit in your mind, but it's the Hunchback of Notre Dame's at Sea.
That's brilliant. That's all Brett, by the way. That was all Brett.
No, that one wasn't me. That one was not me. That's Joe.
What was Joe? Oh, I thought that was you, because we were trying to figure out if Dames at Sea took place on a battleship or cruise ship. All right, Joe Guglielmo for the win on that one.
Yes.
Number 5, They Will Never Leave You on the Mississippi. Side Showboat. Good one. They Will Never Leave You on the Mississippi. Side Showboat. All right, and number 6.
Guys can't take credit for David Gordon, our feature writer's work.
Oh, David Gordon. Everybody, a huge round of applause for David Gordon. He's amazing.
Yes! David Gordon. Yeah.
He was in charge of editing every round tonight and making sure that we didn't completely screw up our grammar, at least. And he worked all week on this. So Joe and David both killed it. Number 6 was Rudyard Kipling meets the creators of South Park. The answer for that one is The Jungle Book of Mormon.
Ah, so good. I don't know why I'm so entertained by all of
it. Listen, this one's just for us. If nobody turned in an answer sheet at all, we would still love it.
We're just talking to nobody. It's great. A hit for Candor and Ebb, but a flop for Andrew Lloyd Webber. Kiss of the Spider Woman in White. Kiss of the Spider Woman in White. Also, Kiss of Spider Woman. When's that getting revived?
I'm down with it, though.
So good. Okay.
Question number 8. Bob Dylan does the Lambeth Walk. That is Me and My Girl from the North Country.
Good one.
Me and My Girl from the North Country.
I personally think this one is the hardest. Number 9. I think
you have to have some knowledge about shows that are coming to Broadway next season.
Pulitzer Prize winning musical about Irish high schoolers. If you got this one, you get points in my book. Of the I Sing Street. Woo! That was some.
The I Sing and the upcoming, at least coming to Broadway, Sing Street.
Yeah, that was some inside baseball. That was a good one.
A pretty amazing run on the West End, unless I'm wrong.
Sing Street?
Yeah, did they not perform in the West End?
No, they came from downtown. They were downtown at like the festival. I don't think it was in the West End.
Oh, well, everybody look out for Sing Street.
I could be wrong. I can't wait to be proved wrong in that chat.
Come first.
And the last one, number 10. Bring us home, Brett.
Number 10, A Toe Tapper by Langston Hughes. We were looking for 42nd Street Scene. 42nd Street Scene.
42nd Street Scene. And that is all 10. That is our 6 rounds. They are going to tally up the scores of the last round. While we do that, we will tell them where to find you, Brett. Where can the people find you?
Hey, the people can find me on Instagram at bthiel4real, the number 4. You can also find Ellen on Instagram at Ellen.
My name, at
At
Ellen Marsh.
Yeah.
You can find me. You can send me DMs. You can yell at me. You can also follow us on Broadway Trivia. You can throw us ideas, things that you might think would be fun, things you want to see here on Thursday nights.
Or
we will
feel
be
free to play
here.
along with us on Tuesdays.
Yeah, on Tuesday we have general knowledge. That is general knowledge trivia. Thursdays we'll be here with TriviaMania at 7 o'clock. We'll be playing like this. And so if you can, we're playing at home for fun tonight and you want to play in for some fun prizes, we will put you in the pot for next week for sure. And our winners today will have the opportunity to play with us. I hope anyone who was playing at home had a great time. I hope you guys playing with us, I hope you win some fun swag and everything. Someone says number 9 was so easy.
Oh, well, good.
Okay, good. I thought that was hard. But I mean, I guess it's just because I wouldn't put Sing Street. My Sing Street's not quite in my brain, even though I do know it and I know the movie and everything.
People are excited.
Brett, what were you looking forward to most of this season coming in or seeing?
I mean, honestly, I'm still stuck on last season. I haven't seen Moulin Rouge yet.
I just saw that before class.
And I cannot wait to see Mrs. Doubtfire. I've heard amazing things from it. I've got some buddies in the show that say that it's going to be a really, really fantastic musical. So I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, I'm with you. I actually really want it. A lot of people say it's really special. So I hope all those shows, we can see them soon and we can see each other and we can enjoy our favorite pastime together. And thank you guys for coming. Thank you for your comments. And we will get you all of your scores.
Yeah, final score.
ASAP.
As soon as we can do it, you're going to have it. And thank you guys again for supporting us. And when this all is over and we're able to get outside, make sure that you're supporting local theater as well as Broadway.
And we'll do a fun, I'm sure when we get back together, TriviaMania we'll put together some kind of live version of this.
100%. As long as you guys want to play, we'll be here to play with you. So
yeah. Totally. What do you guys think? Was that easy or hard? Was that on the harder side for you guys or the easier side? Throw it in the chat because we're trying to gauge where we are over here. Because I think some things I think are super easy, but again, Brett can't remember the lyrics to shows that he's actually been in on Broadway. Brett, were you know what? I couldn't remember when we did the Tony round. Did you perform in the Tonys in Spider-Man? Did you guys perform that year?
They didn't, we never performed. We presented an award. We presented the showing for Annie.
But you didn't get to be in it? The Spider-Man didn't perform that year?
Spider-Man didn't perform that year. The only Tony performance Spider-Man ever got was Reeve Carney, was them singing a duet the year before. Because if you remember, they were in previews for a year. And then
I remember. Yeah.
I did get to perform with Miss Saigon.
Oh, you performed the Miss Saigon year?
Yeah, I performed the Miss Saigon year.
Okay. What did you guys do? I can't remember. Did you do the dragon one?
The songs from the
The Warning of the Dragon. Which one did you guys do?
We did Morning of the Dragon, and Eva sang. Eva sang.
Eva sang.
And Eva sang.
Do you know the night
it was a mishmash, yeah.
Somebody said that some of it was kind of obscure, but some was easy. Yeah, that's the general idea with trivia. Yeah. Most were good difficulty. Okay, good. Reeve and Jen on the fire escape. I saw Saigon the night, maybe it was more than one night, the helicopter stopped.
That like as someone who was in Spider-Man the musical,
yeah,
that was a huge surprise. Like that show had no technical difficulties ever.
And so that was the one time the helicopter broke.
I want to say that was the only time. If it happened more than that, then it didn't happen many times.
Okay. I was there that night. It had to have been a Sunday or a Monday because I was in Kinky Boots at the time.
I'd give my life for you. Thank you, Rob Lawler.
Yeah, someone's always going to know better than us. Someone in the chat is always going to know better than us. Are these final scores? All right.
Wow, someone pulled it out in the last round.
Whoa! Nice kids
in town pulled it out in the last round.
Holy moly. All right. Nicest kids in town with a 65. And I'm reading this correctly. The second is Patty LaPone's pinball machine.
Yep. Looks like a 63.
With a 63. And then is 63rd?
From NAC. Yeah.
Am I reading that correctly? All right. Those were great, you guys. We got a couple 54s, a 57. I love this chart. I'm reading it sideways like this. I don't know if you guys can see me. All right, so our winners tonight. Nicest kids in town with a 63. Patty LaPone's pinball machine with us. That's a 63, 65, and NAC. So, guys, thank you so much.
You guys
you three get the opportunity to play next week. If you want to email TheaterMania, that same email address we put up, let us know whether you would like your slot for next week, because we can only
address so that we can send them swag when we're back in our office.
Yes. And when we're back, you guys are going to get all kinds of awesome theater-related fun TheaterMania prizes sent to you. Awesome.
And hey, if you didn't quite make the podium this week, you are still, please come back and play with us. We're still going to be live on Facebook and YouTube, and you guys can still play along with us. But we're going to get some fresh faces, some new folks in town next week.
And we're going to open registration for next week tomorrow.
Oh, great. So look out for that. Registration for next week is going to start tomorrow.
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Brett and I had a great time. Mad ups to TheaterMania, to Joe Guglielmo, to David Gordon for having us, for putting this tremendous night together for you guys to bring a smile to your faces. I hope it worked.
Stay safe, everybody.
All right.